Goldman Sachs and Apple partnering together to give accounts, savings accounts, high yield savings accounts for their customers. The Apple Card was already backed and serviced by Goldman Sachs, so that wasn't anything new. But now offering the bank account is just another financial product that they can offer that's going to allow Goldman Sachs access to more of Apple's customer base. And if you think about the customer base, it's pretty broad. So that's a lot of new potential people to start banking and having their money sit with Goldman Sachs, which in turn will help them have more money to invest, because the federal regulation on the fractional banking and how much they have to have in reserve based on their deposits is around 10%. So they're going to have a lot more money as people start banking with Apple or through Apple to do that. And since Apple is, more of a trusted name than some of these banks, people are going to be more apt to have an account that's through a company that they feel they can trust, especially with some of the debacles that have been happening within the financial industry and banks. So I think long term there's going to be a benefit. Also, it's going to create competition in our marketplace, right? Because we live in capitalism, right? So someone sees someone doing something good, it makes them a lot of money, someone else wants to copy, do the same thing. So these other large banks are going to try to find partnerships, and they're going to find partnerships with other large entities or large companies to have access to their customer base and offer those same kind of financial services. So if you can imagine, if Disney decided to partner with a bank or started offering a bank account service, if Universal started doing that, if some other large entity started allowing banking through their brand, it would help to bring a lot more business that way. So I would venture to see, Wells and Bank of America and Chase and all the other BNY Mellon, all the other big banks are probably going to start trying to copy and do the same thing, because it's going to just provide them a lot more customers and transfer a lot of wealth into their hands rather than being with other financial institutions that people are banking with. The other part of this is, think about the variety and the diversity between Apple customers, right? There are a huge number of Apple customers who, in my opinion, I see it every year when Apple comes out with a new product, are not very, in some ways, financially savvy with how they get Apple products, right? They think they're getting a good deal, they do this, they do that, but they go into debt to get these Apple cards. I mean, to get the new Apple phone, the new Apple Watch, the new Apple earbuds, whatever comes out, Macs and things of that nature, they do it in a way that they don't usually always have the money for it, but they're early adopters. They want to get the newest and greatest and latest right when it comes out. So when things of that nature are happening, people are going into debt to get it. Well, when you go into debt to get something, someone is fronting you the money to purchase what you need to purchase. So Apple doesn't care that you go into debt to buy their product. They're getting their money up front. You then have a loan to pay or a credit card bill to pay to someone else to pay for that product that Apple's already got the money for. So those secondary services who are providing you the finances are the ones making money on interest or on your accidental late payment or on origination fees or charges for you getting those loans or getting those credit to purchase product that in the moment you probably don't actually need, you just want. So I think that any banks that partner with large entities like that have such a diverse array of people as our customer base are going to have opportunity to benefit from it, because there are a lot of people who just literally just aren't very financially savvy in the way that they do things, the way that they make purchases, and it's going to allow these other financial institutions to make a lot of money off of having access to all of those customers who usually sometimes aren't very financially disciplined. So that's going to offer a benefit, and I can just see it being something that's going to cause both entities to increase over time. Right now, you may see some fluctuations as they implement things, or is this criticism talking about this or that, or they're not making as much money as they thought and this and that. But long term, I think it's going to work out, and it's going to pan out that they're both going to have opportunity to make a lot of money on it. And I see a lot of other big banks and other large institutions trying to follow suit and seeing how they can capitalize on offering these types of new services.